Good morning and welcome to Authentic Conversations with Moji. It's Today is, I believe, May something. I forget what date it is. I think it's May 6th. Thank you. It's May 6th, um 2022. Yesterday we got word that Kevin Samuels died, and the whole world, well, my little sphere, got very exciting. At first, we thought it was a lie. Then, as the day unfolded, we realized that it was not a lie, that it was actually the truth. A lot of people thought he was faking it, or he was pulling a stunt. And then it turned out that he wasn't. So here we are today. My name is Moji Wilson. This is Authentic Conversations, where we have authentic conversations so we can hopefully transform our lives. And then while we're waiting for other people to come in, and I would hope that you'll be kind enough to share the video, because this is conversation. I don't talk much anymore. If I cannot speak my truth because of the wokeness in the world, I'm just quiet. You see what happened to Kevin Samuels can happen to Moji. And that's why I'm sitting here, because it can happen to any one of you guys. So bear with me while I do my branding. Welcome to Authentic Conversations again. So Kevin Samuels is a very popular vlogger. He proclaimed himself as a relationship coach. When I knew of him many years ago, he was a fashion stylist, or what do they call them? Or a guru that helped people put themselves together, professional men and women. And slowly he moved into being a relationship coach. And, not for nothing, I'm not going to tell you that I'm not going to sit here and pretend like a lot of the things that Kevin Samuels spoke about was not the truth. He spoke about black men not marrying the black women that they impregnate. He spoke about black women settling for less. He spoke about black women making babies and believing that they can handle it themselves. He spoke about a lot of truths. He spoke about high value men looking for wives. When he spoke about high value men, he wasn't talking about $100,000. He was talking about $500,000 and up, because anybody can make 100,000. You and I know that, right? But I think part of the problem is that we're in a world right now where the truth has now become the hate speech, where if you speak the truth, you're the problem and not the problem itself. So we're now in a world where everybody is living in a false reality. And what do I mean by that? Everybody's trying to live in a false reality where somebody's perception, which everybody has a right to their own perception. You have a right to your own ideologies. You have a right to believe in whatever you believe in, especially in America, where there's freedom of speech, there's freedom of religion, there's so much freedom. That's why a lot of us moved here. But we're now living in a world where a small percentage of people want to control the narrative of the world. And that I find very problematic. I find it very problematic when a person cannot say, hey, I don't believe in marriage, or hey, I don't believe in God, or hey, I don't believe in Buddha or Christianity or whatever. It's very problematic that people cannot speak the truth anymore. That's one of the reasons I don't even bother to come up here. But the part that bothers me the most in this whole Kevin Samuels thing, right? Kevin Samuels talked about how black men need to step up their game and become more responsible. He talked about how black women need to understand that life cannot just be about money. We all know that a lot of black women are focused on money, and I'm not saying it's their fault. We've had to struggle for so long. I honestly believe every black person in the world, especially in America, should go for therapy. There's no way you can be normal when every day of your life you grew up without fathers in the house. You grew up without two family homes. You grew up with TV telling us that we're nothing. We grew up with TV telling us that we're all thieves. We grew up with TV telling us who we are and society dictating. We grew up with not being able to walk the street at night because we're so afraid that somebody will think that we're criminals. 2 weeks ago, my wife was walking down the block in our neighborhood, in our community, and she was stopped for walking while being black. So I get the oppression. But when a black man sits there, right? When a black man sits there and tells you what he has seen, black women, you need not to chastise them. You need to ask him, what do you mean? Why are you saying these things? I've watched a lot of his shows. I don't like the way he delivered his messages. I don't like a lot of the things that he says. Like a lot of you don't like what I say on my shows either. Because me, I just say what I need to say. But the truth about the matter is that we have to we have lost a sense of compassion. We have lost empathy. A human being died, and feminists and other people are jumping up and down. And I put feminist in this quotation mark because a lot of these extreme feminists are men haters. They're men haters that have been jilted, that have been dumped by men, that have been dumped by people in general in life. And I'm not saying they have no right to hate, but you can hate. But celebrating the death of another human being because you don't like him telling you the truth, I find very disgusting. I find it very problematic, because the same way you are celebrating his death today, you are the same people that will celebrate my death, because I'm saying gay people should get an education. Gay people should not be naked all the time. Gay people should stop over-sexualizing sex. Being gay. To stop making it like it's something new. We've been gay. I've been gay all my life. I'm 57 years old. You're 20 years old jumping up and down about, you're queer, there's no lesbian, there's no gay. See, that is a problem. It took Moji 40 years to accept the fact that I am gay. Now they're telling me, gay is a white man's construct. Lesbian is a white man's construct. I can't even call myself a cis woman because it's a white man's construct. It's and they all sound like the same. They sound like a radio. So you have a man that sits there and tells you, this is what I saw in my world. Men with high value don't care about your degree. They don't care about how much money you have in the bank. They care about their relationship with you. They care. Their value is not based on the currency that you bring into the relationship. It's based on how they feel. My relationship, my personal lesbian married relationship partnership, is based on the way I feel around my wife and the way she feels around me. It's based on the fact that I feel safe with her and she feels safe with me. It's not based on how much money I make or how much money she makes. Money is a great thing. I'm not saying it's not. But if your whole relationship is based on how much money a man has, then you're not a heterosexual, you're a money sexual, because it means that you only value the money, and whoever the wallet is attached to is who you go with, not the fact that you're in love with this person. So when a lot of women call him, and then he has 1 million followers, 1 million. At least more than half of those 1 million followers are women. If women have a problem with this show, why do you call in? Why do you go there? Why? These generations of new wokeness, where you guys believe that your way or no way is going to destroy the world, where you guys believe that everybody must be the same, we all must put ourselves in the same box. If the universe wanted us all to be the same, we would all have been created the same color. We would all have been created the same gender. We would all have been created the same sexuality. And black women, honey, I'm one of you. There's nothing that man says that's wrong. The last show I watched, there was a black woman that came on the show and she's talking about how she's this, she's that. And, she's not going to engage in jiggy with the next partner. She's going to hold out. Honey, you already have 5 kids. Now you're going to hold out? You should have held out years ago. When I say that, they say Auntie Moji is this, is that. Hold out. Don't have babies like rabbits, because at the end of the day, I am telling you from my walk, you don't like it, don't come to my show. You don't pay me, I don't pay you. My voice is not for sale. My voice is only for people that want to listen. Kevin Samuels had 1 million subscribers. They gave him money every day while he's talking. The guy made thousands of dollars every time he did his show. People will give him 200, women will give him 1,000, women will give him money. If he wasn't giving valuable information that applies to your life, don't go. If you don't like what I do on my page, don't come. I'm about quality, not quantity. See, I'm doing the show today to put into record that where we're going in society, where we want everybody to sound the same, we're not going to make it. Black people don't like the truth. Thank you, Jerry Michael. Black people don't like the truth. We want people to pacify us. That's why we're not growing. If you want to come in, I put the link on the bottom on the page. If you want to come in the back channel with me, you're more than welcome to. I just put it in there again. Black people don't like the truth. And you know what's really sad for me is that instead of us to start speaking the truth to each other so we can all grow, people are now afraid to speak. People are scared to speak their truth or their truth. See, you cannot change the truth. The truth is always the truth. You can change the language, you can change the meaning of words, but it does not make an apple is an apple is an apple. You cannot wake up unless you do some genetical engineering to make it something else. You know, by the way, his death has been confirmed. His death has been, I would not. Everybody was jumping up and down yesterday. I specifically waited till this morning to speak until his death was confirmed. I was not going to get involved. But it's appalling, it's disgraceful, it's disgusting that so-called feminists, and I put my hand in parentheses because feminists are not angry, unfulfilled, women that have been jilted by men, women that hate men. Those are not feminists. A man can even be a feminist. But this crown of I'm a feminist, so I hate men, and every man must die, is disgusting. It's disgraceful. It means you have mental issues. You have emotional problems. Maybe your father did something to you, or your mother or your father did, I don't know who did something to you. But you need psychological evaluation and treatment. If you believe that because you don't agree with somebody's thoughts, they should die, or that a person dies and you're celebrating their death, you got issues. You are the one with the problem. You really are. It's not Kevin Samuels, because at the end of the day, Kevin Samuels did a lot of things. He said a lot of things that a lot of you guys were thinking. You have of those women that are whining and complaining they can't find good men. And I'm a lesbian woman. I'm going to tell you right now, as a lesbian woman, half of those women, I look at them and I laugh. You're naked, you're in your pata, you're in your underwear on social media, and you want a high-value man to come and marry you. How? Where? Shebi, you're too busy chasing likes. You're too busy waiting applause from people that you've never known, people in face-to-face. You're happy with 10,000, a million followers. But you're looking for a high-value man to come and marry you. A man that you have to show up at his business meetings. And when you show up and somebody Googles your name, the first thing they see is you in your underwear. How many people would common sense or a moral compass that's not broken, that wants their partner to be naked? Nobody wants their wife to be naked unless you're freaky like that. But most normal people that are in high value places, honey, let me tell you, they don't want you when they can do the jiggy jiggy with you, but they're not going to marry you and bring you into their home and introduce you to their families. And feminists are going to say, oh, nobody should police my clothing. Honey, do you, let me do me. And then show me how far you got. Show me if what the life you're living today is working for you. And that's part of the problem, because people are too afraid to speak the truth. Nobody wants to talk, so they don't cancel them. You can't cancel me. I don't make money from my social media. You can't cancel me because I don't owe anybody anything. But if I come here, I'm planning on speaking my truth. Kevin Samuels spoke the truth. He did. Even if it's not your truth, it's his truth. And he's the one that hangs out with all these high-value men because he's the one that dresses them. He was a personal shopper to a lot of high-value men. And we're not talking about somebody that makes 100,000, 200,000. That's not high value. I'm talking about 500,000 and up with like so many zeros you can't even count. You think they're concerned about your PhD? You think a high value man is concerned about how much money you bring? They're more concerned about you. How kind are you? How nice are you? Are you the kind of person they want to have a child with? And when I was a single parent of 4 children for many, many years, I was broken. I'm in a relationship with my wife today, and she's still helping me clean up the mess that I created because I didn't have the courage to wait. I didn't have the common sense, actually, to walk in my truth. So my wife today is still helping me clean up a lot of mess. A lot of the damage that has been done to me that I allowed to happen to me because I didn't have the courage to walk in my authentic state. My wonderful, amazing, beautiful wife is helping me clean it. Now, for you heterosexual women that are sitting there going, Kevin Samuels is a bad guy. Kevin Samuels was trying to help you by telling you what he learned from hanging out with all these high value men that you guys want. But instead of you listening and taking what belongs to you, what resonates with you, and leaving all the other jargon behind, you choose to crucify him. I just watched a Christian woman saying God was the one that took Kevin Samuels out. Honey, that's the reason why I'm here. Between the extreme feminists, right, and the Christian women that actually like Kevin Samuels because he says exactly a lot of what they want to hear. So they go after Kevin Samuels. They're saying it's Christian and their prayers that got him dead. You be winch? What kind of God do you people serve that you think because somebody is saying the truth, because you don't want to hear it, God will take time out of his life or her life or their life, because I don't know God's gender, to come and attend to you and kill somebody for you? What kind of God is that? Chai. What kind of God is that you serve? If there is a God that will kill another human being because I don't like what he's saying, not because he's harming me, not because he's doing anything to me personally, but because he's sitting there saying, I hung out with a lot of high value people. I worked with them. You know, high value people are not looking for you to go and make $1 million. They don't care about your money. Your PhD is for you. It's not for your high value partner. And like I tell everybody that comes to me for counseling about relationships, I tell them, relationships are what? They are negotiations and compromising. It's not everything I want to do with my life that my wife wants to do with hers. So we have to figure out what it is that's most important to me so I can do it, and then she can do hers, and then we can do stuff together. We're two separate human beings. We're not one, joined by the hips. A lot of you black women, all you care about is heterosexual, actually black women altogether. All you care about is money. You don't care about the person's personality. You don't care. A lot of women started to use having children, right? Having children. Thank you, Jared Tony. A lot of you guys have started using having children as a bank card. I mean, you have 5 children by 5 baby daddies, and you're looking for a high value man for where? You think he has time to help you raise your 5 babies, or you think he wants to deal with 5 baby daddy dramas? See, when Auntie Moji says, look, I'm 57, I live that life. Go pay. It doesn't pay. It doesn't work out in the long run, because then you finally meet instead of you to be patient and wait to meet the one. Yes, people get divorced. I get it. But stop marrying because of the wrong reasons. Stop dating people because of the wrong reasons. Stop making money your whole life. You want to get upset and say, Moji, you're cancelled. When I tell gay people, go to church, go to school, get an education, become powerful so you can help other people, so you're not begging for money to feed yourself while you're an activist, honey, they tell me I'm cancelled. Cancel me, I don't care. 5 people come, I don't care. If I was making money from this stuff, I might be upset. But I don't do it. I don't, so that I can say whatever I want to say, whenever I want to say. A whole human being died, and black people are celebrating. What happened to Black Lives Matter? It's only black feminist lives that matter? It's only black, straight lives that matter? Is it only black women's lives that matter? What is wrong with people? And yet you're wondering why black people are not growing across the globe. We're not growing because we choose not to. We choose not to hear the truth. I don't have to agree with anything this guy says. I don't have to agree with anything anybody says. I don't even like a lot of the things he says. But I don't like the way he delivers. Even the things I like that he says, I don't like the way he delivers them. But you guys do. 1 million followers go to his page every day. And then they give him money for saying what he's saying. So he has an audience. If you're not his audience, don't go. If you're not his audience, don't go. But to be saying that you're happy because he's dead, it might not be your truth. He might not be telling your truth for me. But that the man was not telling his truth. He was making money off of people's pain. You think my therapist doesn't make money off of my pain? I go in front of my therapist and I pay 150 or whatever per hour. You think my therapist doesn't make money? All those life coaches on social media, on Clubhouse that are doing master classes, you think they're not making money off of your pain? I even have a girl that tells me, oh, Auntie Moji, oh, my new thing is I help you to find I can do divinity. So I can find out what your aura and clinical. It will look on aura. I'm 57. Now is when I need to pay you 2,500 for my aura. You're making money off of my pain. Everybody makes money off of everybody's pain. Let's be real. I'm a certified life coach. I coach for free. Most people that are certified life coaches pay thousands of dollars to get this thing, including me. I just choose not to charge. But if I choose to charge, I'm making money off of your pain. Stop it already. Tony Lily wants to come in. If you're not coming on the screen with your face, you can't come in because I'm not doing anybody trolling me. I don't know who you are. So if you're going to come in, you have to come in with your full face. If you don't have the courage to speak with your full face, do not come into my station. It's not that kind of party. If I was doing an LGBTQ show, then you can hide. But this one, you got to come with your full face because I'm here with my full face. This is it. So I'm going to bring you in. And I would like to see your full face, Tony. Hello, Tony. Welcome, Tony. You have to unmute your mic if you're going to speak.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Good morning.
Good morning. I last night I was in a medical situation. That's why I do not have my video on.
That's okay. I hope you feel better.
Yeah, thank you. That was the reason why I didn't put it on. I'm literally in bed and I was listening to you on Facebook and saw the link and joined.
Thank you for coming in.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to us.
No, I just started was listening to you. Just waking up this morning and didn't know who Kevin Samuel was at all. It was just my Facebook was pinging about Kevin Samuel, and of course, inquiring minds was wanting to know. It's like, who is Kevin Samuel? It's like everyone on my timeline was talking about it, whether it was on the left or the right. Several good friends of mine I went through college, that like-minded friends defending him, and then there's other people that was maybe of not like minds celebrating, and the tragedy of it is exactly what you were saying. Yeah. Is how can you celebrate the death of a man or a woman, and me now, whether I knew Kevin or not, it was like that was the sad part. It had nothing to do with where he stood, if he was on the left, he was on the right, straight, gay, none of that matters at that moment. And at that moment in time, it was still a human being. It was someone's son, someone's brother, someone's cousin. That's all I saw. And so your live popped up on Facebook. I started listening to you, and I heard you say something specific about a high value man and the money, and I kind of got a little in my feelings, because I was like, well, I don't make that much money, but I'm still high value. And my wife literally just walked into the room. And that's why I married her, is exactly what she's doing now, is to care for me from a medical emergency that I just had last night, stopping everything, to put the kids, we got a 1-year-old, a 4-year-old, put the kids in the car, go to Duke, to the hospital, to tend to me. stopped everything. Wasn't thinking about, oh, it's COVID, don't want the kids around. It was none of that. It was immediately she stopped what she was doing. She literally went upstairs, brought me some bananas and other stuff. I told her I felt dizzy because of the medication. And she's heading, to to school, and the nanny's downstairs, and but tending to me first. And that's what I saw
That's
10
value,
years.
sir.
Yeah, and that's what I saw 10 years ago from her. If I would have saw her on Facebook or Instagram in a least in a more provocative manner, yes, I would have looked at her, but I would have never introduced her to my family. I would have
Boom.
never introduced her to my friends. My friends, my other friends, so to speak, would have known why I may have been around her, but they would have known, oh, well, Tony's not going to, he ain't going to marry her. She's only going to be here for a season, because it was just feeding the flesh and not the soul and the heart. So it's like I started listening to you. I didn't even know who you were. And I was like, this woman got it. I was like, she thinks like me. And I was like, let me patch in. And so that's why I'm here now. I wish I can show my face. I'm just in a manner laying in bed. I didn't want to show my face because
It's
of
fine. Let me tell you why. I get trolled a lot. That's why I said what I said. But
yes, ma'am.
for people like you, sir, I am grateful that you came in, because they need to. And when I say high value is no money. Value means different things to different people. But
Mm-hmm.
we have become a culture. I don't know if it's the videos we watch. I don't know if the rap music, where money, currency across the globe to Black people has become the new God.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with integrity. It has nothing to do with your moral compass. It has nothing to do with who you are as a person, the compassion, the empathy that goes into building a life with another human being. So I'm grateful that you came up into the back end, and you shared your story, your truth. Because people don't, I need people, women, especially Black women, to start to understand value means different things to different people. It's not always about money.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way I feel with around my wife. It's a sense of security she gives me, right?
Yeah.
That's what is valuable to me. Because look, I'm making $1 million, making $50, that's your preference. Because we all could do more if we choose to, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it gets to a point where how much money do you even need to make to be happy? And the more money you make, most of the time, the more problems you have, the more time you have to take away from your family. And a lot of this younger generation, even my generation, I'm 57, we were taught to go after certain things that had no value, in my opinion. I'm not saying money doesn't have value, because you need money to live a good life,
Yeah.
right? But when
Yeah.
you're picking a partner, it cannot just be based on one thing. And a lot of these women that are shouting and screaming and crying and happy that this guy died, they're usually those that have lived La Viva Loca, and now they're paying the price.
Yeah.
And instead of them to look in the mirror and say, hey, I don't agree with everything he's saying. Oh, I don't even like the way he's saying it. How about I take some lessons from here and go and improve myself? They don't do that. I mean, so many times, Kevin Samuels, you got to go watch some of his videos. I do. I don't talk about him a lot, because for me, I'm a lesbian. So when I come to these conversations, people always shut me down on Clubhouse saying, oh, you're a lesbian. Anyways, like I don't have any brains, or
Mm-hmm.
I've never been, like
Yeah.
relationships.
Yeah.
And I've had enough relationships in my lifetime. I've been with men. I've been now married. I had the courage to come out of the closet. They even bring up the fact that I think he's a gay man. So what?
Why does
Actually,
that? Yeah. Why would that matter? Why does it
exactly.
matter?
Thank you. What does that even mean? Like, people in relationships, we go through the same thing. We hurt the same way. We bleed the same way. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight up. It doesn't matter.
No.
You know.
No.
But I'm grateful you came on, sir. And people are people. We are not united. That's why we can't get as far as the Spanish or the Chinese people in this country. American Indians are doing better. A lot of people are doing better than us, because we are so fragmented. We're too busy focused on the minor. We miss the major.
Yeah.
We miss the major. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a single parent. I'm not saying single parents don't get married. I had 4 kids. My wife married me at 52. I was 52. But the value she was looking for was not how much money I have, how many degrees I have, how many this I had. She fell in love with me.
Mm-hmm.
Not the paperwork, but the values that I have. Our values were similar. The fact that I don't look like Shrek kind of helps a lot.
Yep, it does.
but but even then, you see, I'm in my sweats right now. I'm about to go work out to maintain what God gave me, or
Yes,
else
ma'am.
everything's gonna go to the south. Everything takes work, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But we should not.
Does.
We should really not be a people that celebrates the death of other people that did nothing. If it was a serial killer, even a serial killer, we still don't celebrate the death of a serial killer. Let alone a man that says, look, we need to do better. Black men need to step up and be fathers and stay in the homes and don't continue to make babies all over the place if you know you cannot take care of them emotionally, financially, or whatever. And then it tells black women, don't stop settling for less and step up your game yourself if you want to be up there. Or else if you really know that you cannot be up here, because it's not everybody that's up here that's going to marry somebody that's there. This is not Cinderella. Even Cinderella story, sir. Cinderella was born into wealth, if you know what I mean. She had couth, she had class.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the prince saw in her. It wasn't the money that she had. It was the upbringing that she had. That's what the prince saw in her. That's why he fell in love with her. So thank you so much for coming in. I'm going to take you back out of the studio and bring somebody else in. Is that okay?
That is totally fine.
I am so grateful for you coming in, Mr. Tony. How
Yeah,
do you say your last name?
Lyles.
Lyles. It's a pleasure to meet you. I hope you come back to my show.
I will, and I'll show my face next time.
Thank you. It's good to
Yes,
see
ma'am.
you. It's good to meet you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Be
Bye-bye.
blessed.
So, look, if we really want to grow as a Black people, honestly, we have to do better. We have to start to understand that it's not just about us. It's about the younger generations that we're bringing in. It's about the fact that a lot of people are beginning to live in false reality. We as Blacks are, oh, wow. Yes, we are, Mr. Clinton. Yes, we are. And it's sad because I often say that every Black person should go for therapy. It should be mandated actually across the globe. It shouldn't just be here. Kevin Samuels is dead. His truth is still his truth. His truth is still the truth of some people. His truth and his presence in the Black community will forever stand because he had the courage to stand in his truth. He had the courage to speak his truth. He had the courage to accept his purpose on earth, which is to rattle the structure of the Black family that has been normalized as a single parent family, where Black women carried the world on their shoulders. He blamed Black men for their lack of whatever. But he also spoke to Black women because he knew that we were the ones with the most power. He knew that Black women are running at the head of that lot of households. So he spoke to a lot of Black women. And a lot of people got value out of him living his authentic life on screen. Now, if he's gay in the closet, that's not my problem. I was in the closet for 40 years. So I don't care who's in the closet or not in the closet. It's not my issue. But if you're spitting fire, if you're spitting truth, I will watch you. I will watch you. This is a man that had families. He had children. He had brothers and cousins and Black people that claim Black Lives Matter. You will fight for the life of a Black man that went to steal and got shot. You will die for a Black man that's on drugs, got high, and got shot. But you're celebrating the life of a man that sat here and gave whatever value to some people, not to everybody. And you're celebrating his life. I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I don't understand how we think. You're celebrating the life of a man that, in my opinion, lived and served Black people. Maybe not all of the Black people, But a lot of the things he said struck my nerves because it resonated with me. It spoke to me as a woman, a Black woman that was a single parent with 4 kids. It showed a lot of young women what to look out for in relationships. It also helped to reset the brain of some women that were thinking they were going to get a gazillionaire. Because you want a gazillionaire, he would always ask, what value do you bring to the table? It's not money. Because everybody's value is different. We have to do better. We really have to do better. We really have to do better as Black people. Because Black people, those African American descendants of slaves, they don't like gay people. They don't like foreigners. Africans don't like each other. Africans don't like gay people. I mean, it's like Black people in general across the world, wherever we go, anywhere I've ever been in the world. And if I'm lying, somebody come in here and tell me. We don't like to hear the truth. Everywhere we go in the world, we live in the worst neighborhoods. We go to the worst schools. We are on the bottom of the socioeconomic status. And you know how a lot of other communities are doing it? They're staying together as a family. Mr. Tony Lyles came in here and said, my wife, I had an issue yesterday. My wife dropped everything and came to my side. How many of you guys can say that? Because you're too focused on money, 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 money. I'm not saying money is not good. Money is very good. But you have to understand, everything comes with a price. And to all these young women like me that went and had babies because they thought it was in vogue, it was fashionable, honey. You think there's every man out there wants you? It's not true. That's what Kevin Samuels was saying. Every man doesn't want you. I know a lot of women that are lesbians and they don't want any kids. So they're not going to date women like me that had children. Everybody has a right to choose what they want for their lives. And just because you think you're fabulous doesn't make you fabulous, honey. I know I preach the law of attraction. I preach, speaking life into your life. I preach all that stuff. But take my word for it. The truth is still the truth. You think a person that's like has morals and whose moral compass is not broken is going to come and marry you with your naked body on social media? You posted your pictures with underwear on social media and you're upset because a high value man does not want you. Honey, they want you, but they want you temporarily. They don't want you permanently. They're not going to take you home. They're not going to take you to meet their family because they're too embarrassed. When they Google your name, guess what's going to show up? But we don't like to hear that. No, we can't. Oh my God, we don't like to hear that. But the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, I think it's sickening that a whole human being died. A whole human being died. And people are happy. And Black people, not white, not white people, Black people are celebrating. You're jubilating all over social media. Yay, he's dead. Somebody said, oh, let me go buy some champagne and high heels to stomp on his grave. Really? For speaking the truth? And for the girl that came on my page today, I'm not going to say her name. Not because I'm scared they'll drag me. I've been dragged by the best of the best. But the same people that said, we are giving back the same energy he gave us. Those are the same people that will celebrate when something happens to Moji. They're the same people that will jump up and down and say, hey, good thing she's dead. If you think it's just about Kevin Samuels, it's not. This is about a whole lot of people. This is about me. It's about you. This is about people taking our rights to speak our truth. You want me to call you whatever you want me to call you, right? But you don't want to respect me and my wishes. You don't. That's unacceptable. We have to be able to give each other grace. We have to be able to give each other the permission to be our authentic self. Kevin Samuel spoke his truth. If you don't like what somebody is saying, tune them out. Nobody is forcing you to be here. And 1 million people that subscribe to his station, let's even say 100,000 people just came there to troll. But 1 million people subscribe to Kevin Samuel's station. Like I said, I didn't. I don't agree with, but I watched this show because a lot of the things he said were true. A lot. I don't like the way he delivered it, but a lot of the things that he said were true. Yes, Stella. I mean, what happened to humanity? Please, somebody dies and people are celebrating. Black people are celebrating. If it was a white people celebrating that a black man died, we'll be shouting Black Lives Matter. If it was, I mean, people, you guys, you went to march. You went to march, people. We all went to march for a man that was on heroin that was shot by accident or intentionally. Whatever the case was, we went to march. Kevin Samuels allegedly died in his house or wherever he was. Respiratory something, something. We don't have the full details yet. I waited until this morning to say anything. I won't even go to Clubhouse because I'm scared I will slaughter everybody in there. People create these rooms to get clout. And raggedy, Kevin Samuels used to say some people are left over. He didn't, in my opinion, the way I understood it is, you've been around, you have more mileage than the Volkswagen 1969 bug. And you're looking to be put on a platter. It happens once in a while. But look, then somebody DM'd me and said, oh, look at Donald Trump's wife. Honey, look at who she married. I rest my case. You have to embodify what it is that you're looking for. Your moral compass has to be intact, or you have to start fixing it like I did, because I didn't have the courage to come out of the closet and be my authentic self. I exposed myself to a lot of truth, a lot of mishaps. But if you don't own your truth and you want to continue to live in a false reality and a lie, guess what's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing's going to change for you. A lot of you guys keep talking about, oh, he made money off of people's pain. Life coaches make money off of your pain. My therapist makes money off of my pain. My doctor makes money off of my pain. My dentist makes money off of my pain. How do you help people and think that it should be free when your name is not Moji? I mean, come on now. I should be making hundreds of $1,000s from my pages. I choose not to, because then somebody's going to tell me you can't say this, you can't say that. No. I speak freely. Because at some point, it gets to the point where you have to decide, is it money that I'm chasing, or am I chasing my truth? And if Kevin Samuels sits on his stage, a lot of people DM me, can I give you money? I tell them to donate it to a charity. That's what I do. Seriously. And, if Kevin Samuel, people are sitting on his stage giving him $200, $1,000, and he posts it. If he wasn't bringing value to their lives, they won't be giving him that money. And yes, some of his views misogynistic. Yes, they are. Most of the Black people function under misogynistic values. Even all those naked brigade, I call them, all those feminists. Because when you get undressed and you put on your underwear, you're not doing it for yourself. And you post it on social media, you're doing it to attract men. You're doing it to attract likes. You're doing it to attract followers. So you're prostituting yourself. We all do. Because we all do. We all compromise. I did a show once before. We're all prostitutes. And people are like, oh my God. Yes. Every time you compromise your moral compass, your integrity, your this, to get something for something. Wait, it's called negotiations and compromise. Most people that are naked on social media, they're not naked because they're doing it for them. If you want to be naked, you take the picture and leave it in your phone. You won't take the picture and post it, but you're posting it to get something from it. Yeah, you're posting your naked pictures to get followers, to get men to go, ooh, you're so sexy, because you have low self-esteem. I'm sorry, I said it. You know me, I'm not going to come here. I stopped coming out here to talk. If I can't speak, if I will not, if I don't want to hurt people, I just keep quiet. I've been very quiet lately. But you can't put a muzzle on Moji. It's on. Kevin Samuels is not going to die and nothing follows. The truth. I speak truth into power. Because at the end of the day, my truth is what empowered me. If you don't own your truth, You cannot become empowered. See all those high value people that you're looking to date? Come and ask me how to get them. I'll tell you. Come, ask me. I will tell you. I hang out with them. I've sold houses to them. I'm married to one. I know how to get them. But you cannot be settling from every Tom, Dick, and Kid Harry. If you know that you want a particular thing, you have to stay focused. You have to hone your energy. It's called the law of attraction. If you continue to distribute yourself like I told you, Oyibo, to every Tom, Dick, and Jones, I assure you, you ain't getting what you want. At some point, you have to be patient, which is what Kevin Samuels was telling you. It's just a style that he used to tell you that's not making sense. And everybody is not going to marry a millionaire. That's another thing that Kevin Samuels talks about. He tells women that have like all these things that hinder them. He tells them maybe you just settle and marry a regular guy so you can be happy. Because if you bring in, I'm telling you, I've been married 6 years. I'm still going through the struggles of having 4 children. The baby daddy drama of my ex owing me $115,000 is still there. And I'm not even going after the money because I walked away so that my wife and I can start living our life, JJ. But the mess that you create when you're younger, your new partner later in life is going to come in and start to need to help to clean it. So it erodes your joy and your happiness sometimes. That's what Kevin Samuels has been trying to tell you, but you choose not to hear it because it's not sugarcoating it. Me, I'm not William Walker. I'm sorry. I don't know how to sugarcoat things. I just know that I wish I had the courage that Kevin Samuels had to speak Bagada and let the devil be ashamed. And you guys think I'm blunt and I speak my truth? I assure you, there's so much more that I want to say, but I won't for now. When I'm ready, I will. You know, we started this parenting thing that I started to talk about 6 years ago. I took it to Clubhouse because Clubhouse, I can hear your voice, you can hear my voice. So it doesn't sound like a lecture. And then we started this past month, we've been working through the book, The Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health, written by Dr. Walker. A lot of you need to come and sit in there and listen. Just listen, don't talk, just listen, because that's what I do. And then after we listen to the excerpts, we hear each other, we talk and exchange ideas so we can all grow together. If you think Kevin Samuels is a problem, you are the problem. You that are jubilating and celebrating the death of a human being that you cannot create are the problem. Because you feel inferior. Because you lack empathy and compassion, because you cannot allow yourself to feel for other people because your pain has overwhelmed you. Your pain has blinded you. But instead of you to accept that you made mistakes and look yourself in the mirror naked as the day you were born, you choose not to do that. You choose to focus on dragging other people that are living the life that they want to live because of the choices that they made. If you're a Black woman and you're a single mother and you don't think you could have gotten value from Kevin Samuels, you're a liar. Because I did, and I'm a lesbian. I'm not looking to marry a heterosexual man. And I got value out of what Kevin Samuels said. Did I like a lot of the things he said or the way he said it sometimes? Even the things I got value from? I didn't like it because he didn't sugarcoat anything. He just gave you the pill. Red pill or blue pill. I'll take the red any day, anytime, because that's how I'm going to grow. For me, shame on all of you that are celebrating the death of a human being, a Black person like you. Shame on all of you. But the truth stays the truth. Kevin Samuels' name is going to be in the history of Black people because Kevin Samuels had the courage that a lot of us do not have to call a spade and not a Lamborghini Countach. A lot of you want to walk around carrying a spade, but believing it's a Lamborghini. And you want all of us to believe it's a Lamborghini. Honey, a spade will always be a spade. Even if you believe it's a Lamborghini. Just because we're not telling you that it's not, does not make it a Lamborghini. I hope that makes some kind of sense. And even if it doesn't, Let it soak. A lot of us do not have the courage to speak in truth. Kevin Samuels did. And he died. I don't know how he died. I don't know if somebody killed him or he killed, whatever happened to him, he's gone. I hope that he meets his kind ancestors on his journey to wherever he's going, because I don't know what's out there. Nobody's come back to tell us. But I hope he finally finds the peace. Because sometimes I understand why he needed to speak his truth. For many years, I sat on the show and I talked to you guys about things that a lot of people did not like. A lot of people blacklisted me, they blocked me, they canceled me. I went from having 5,000, 10,000, 25,000 views to 200, and I don't care. I speak less now. You will hear my voice when I have something to say and when I choose to speak in truth. Because I'm tired of sugarcoating. I'm tired of missing my words. I'm tired of being policed by the feminists. I'm tired of being policed by the gay Nigerian LGBTQs, the naked brigades. I'm tired of being chased around and abused and trolled by Bible-believing Christians. I'm tired. I'm tired of people not being able to speak their truth. When people make posts that I don't like, in the past, I used to go there and fight them. But as I fell in love with Moji, I realized that everybody has a voice. Everybody has a right to speak their truth. And everybody has a right to speak to their audience as they see fit. Kevin Samuels had 1 million followers. I have less than 15 across the globe, across my 2 platforms, 15,000 across my 2 platforms. Obviously, what he was saying resonated with a lot of people. If it does not resonate with you, don't come back. If my show does not resonate with you, don't come back. I only speak so that the people that might think they're crazy because they think like me, they know that they're not crazy. I speak so that I can learn from others as others learn from me. Kevin Samuels, thank you. I learned a lot from you. I learned a lot of what not to do, who not to be, and how to be. I didn't like a lot of the way you presented it, but honey, thank you for having the courage to speak the truth. Because in 2022, the truth has now become a hate speech. If you're one of those that was celebrating the death of a human being, you need mental evaluation. You need to figure out what it is that's wrong with you, where you believe that a human life that's lost should be celebrated because you didn't agree with their politics, with their whatever, their religion, their sexuality, their humanity. And you lost your humanity, all in the process, to be woke. You guys are so woke sometimes, I swear to God, you don't realize you're in a coma. 10 years from now, let's see where this world is going to be without people like Kevin Samuels that have the courage to speak in truth. With all of you guys sounding like an echo chamber. The same thing. Nobody, there's no diversity of thought. There's no diversity of Akinode. Now only now waka pass. You think you're the first woman. Margaret Ekpo was a feminist. Fela Ransom Kuti's mother was a feminist. Those women were feminists before your father even thought of having children. But you want to come up like you're the only ones that knows what it's like to be a feminist. So you're going to be on social media naked. And then you can't find a husband or a partner. You want to blame the whole world, blame all men. Let's kill all men. Why? All men are not the problem. Sometimes you need to go stand in front of the mirror and look at yourself. Are there bad men out there? Yes. Are there bad women out there? Yes. Are there bad heterosexuals? Yes. Are there bad gay people? Yes. Fix yourself and you attract better quality of people. My name is Moji Wilson. I am sorry that we lost Kevin Samuels. His voice was very important in our community. His voice has helped a lot of people grow and become a better version of themselves. And I really feel sorry for those of you guys that are celebrating his death, because one day soon you too will die. But I pray that nobody celebrates that you're gone because they did not see the value that you brought to the table. Thank you all for being here. It's been a great morning. Time to get going. My name is Moji Wilson. I am grateful to all of you guys that came. I hope to see you soon. And share the video for me because I think the truth needs to be told. We can no longer make telling the truth a crime. We can no longer continue to chastise people that speak their truth, even if it's not my truth. This is America, the land of the free, freedom of speech. This agenda is big. While you guys are running around, jumping around about other things, you're not focusing on education. You're not focusing on anything that's major, that's going to improve our lives. You're focusing on, oh, give me money. Oh, I want a high value person. You want to marry a high value person. You want to marry somebody with money. Not even high value. We all got to do better. And when you see something wrong, speak up. Have the courage to speak up. Thank you again for being here. This is Moji Wilson. Namaste.